Okay, now those are all put away. And, guess it's time to finish you guys off. Let's start with the bass tone. Alright, and now that all these guys are nicely based, it's time to move on to the next step, and that's painting these rocks, that metal plate, that helmet, that skull that's coming out of the ground, and, well, I guess is hourglass that's currently being thrusted into the ground. Touch up the snow a little bit with some white paint, as well as maybe do some light browning work on the rocks, and then as for that little space right there, well, I'm going to leave that as a surprise for later. Regardless, right now I'm going to need to get some paint. Done. So apparently my phone battery died while recording that last bit, so yeah, they're done at least. Though in all fairness, not done. I only did the snow, the rocks, and the skull. But I also did a little extra something right there. For you see, I, Northlock, have discovered the power of Gorilla Glue. Yep, Gorilla Glue is an excellent replacement for whatever normal people use to make ice. And I'm probably going to rough it up with some sandpaper later to give it more of a texture. And then I've also made a little concoction to make some blood. Because all you really need to do to make any color with these is put a little drop of paint into your super glue. And then it dries with the color inside it, as you can see. And just to turn the attention back to this guy right here, you can see that the helmet that's broken on the base, that's actually a Raven Guard helmet. Now, it's not going to focus until I move my stupid head out of the way, but yeah, it's a Raven Guard helmet. See? Raven Guard. Though the person inside that helmet isn't doing all too well. But yeah. Without further ado, let's start painting these people. After a short break. video to be making. Shit! Son of a... God... Ugh. Okay. I'm actually going to start painting now. And if you're wondering about, like, the color scheme and all that, I'm going to be basically doing this guy. With these guys as well. Just because, well, my new Legion chapter thingy is called The Wardens of Mankind. And, yeah, this gold, silver, black, and leather color scheme is what I'm going to be going for mainly, with hints of, that dark green, Dark Angel stuff right there. But you'll see how it goes. It'll look good. Promise. Let's get started. Alright, so they're finally done. Swear to God, these bastards have had all their limbs fall off at some point. I literally just got done re-gluing his sword hand and his regular hand back on for what has felt like the third time now. Now, beyond the aggravation of just everyone's limbs coming off at some point, this magnetized fella right here, well, he was a pain in the neck to paint because I had to paint the base separately from the guy, and the guy had to hold by the head or the sword tip or whatever. It's just... Oh my God. His arm literally just fell off. This here's the shit that I've been having to deal with. Regardless of all the tomfoolery bullshit that I've had to do with these guys, they did come out rather well. For all intents and purposes, these guys are very stylish. I gave them purple purity seals, and they have a mix of this red and green cloth across their clothing, and then they all also have little additions to their satchels and such. And this guy actually has a blue book on his waist, which I thought was neat. Something that I wanted to include with each and every one of these guys was a green cloth and a red cloth in some way, shape, or form. And this guy also, he gets the honor of having an eyeball showing under his hood. And beyond that, he actually came out pretty great, if you ask me. Same goes for this guy right here. And I gave him a little Dark Angel's kind of cape, skirt thing. Either way, he pulls it off really well. And another thing that I changed about him was that used to be a Raven Guard helmet. Now it's one of my Dark Angel's helmets. So now that these guys are done, the question is, what do I do next? And that involves this guy right here. Because for every Judiciar, I want them to have a regular chaplain. But beyond just having a regular chaplain, I also want them to have an Indominus chaplain. So there will be 3 Judiciars, 3 regular chaplains, and 3 Indominus chaplains. I also already have another chaplain right there. All of them, I'm hoping to green stuff and personalize, but all that's just a matter of time. I'll probably make a video on it. And then I'll suffer through painting each and every one of them. But for right now, I have another project to do.